welcome back to the Alexandrian Codex. I'm Alex. This is where the water tastes like wine. Damn, is it blue right now. San Francisco. Huge crowds gather on street corners as they wait for never-ending streams of automobiles and cable cars to rumble past. You can see them on the Golden Gate Bridge taking... Oh, you can see the Golden Gate Bridge taking form against the horizon. I was gonna say, Golden Gate Bridge wasn't finished for... fuck. 38? Golden Gate Bridge. Construction started in 1933. It finished in 37. So that better places this game. We've seen Volkswagen cars, but Volkswagen wasn't founded until 39. Yeah. So this is probably 36. Because it's not done yet. 36 or early 37.
Your knees make a nasty cracking sound with every step. Wandering this infernal city of steep hills takes its toll.
It's not that bad.
Just over the crest of one hill, you find a stopped truck. Yang Chow, fresh fruit and vegetables. It's laden with colorful produce.
Are these supposed to be the Painted Ladies? The Painted Ladies are some houses in the neighborhood in San Francisco. I suppose they probably are.
You know anything about engine?
Asks a man, obscured by the raised triangular hood of the truck.
A little bit.
You come around next to him. One glance tells you that there's nothing obviously wrong with the engine. There's smoke coming from somewhere deep behind and beneath it. The gearbox, maybe.
Yeah, have a good night. It is getting late here, or later on in the day. I'll see you later.
Ah, never mind.
He just slams down the hood of the truck, wisps of smoke leaking out of it. He sits on the edge of the truck bed. You get a good look at him. He's tall, well-built, fans himself with his Panama hat.
Sent my brother over to get a real mechanic, but... well, I can barely keep this running as it is. Wish I still had a farm.
He sighs theatrically, surprising himself with his own easy honesty.
Sam Liang, landless, broke truck driver. Dad would have been proud.
What happened to the farm?
Well, it was my name on the deed. Had to be. But it was Father who bought it.
He shrugs, eyes fixed on a horizon you can't see.
You already know what happened, don't you? Same thing that happens to everyone's farm.
You sold it?
Had to. It was either the farm or the truck. I could keep growing them, or I could keep selling them.
Well, we don't need to earn anything. Now, I can... fuck. Go to Boise, Seattle, LA. LA's where I want to go. Wow, LA's not far enough south. There's a thing. LA's right here, but I want to go all the way... ah, yeah, let's just walk down and then train back up. This will be our last foray into the Southwest. At least until we double back and go make best of friends with everybody we've run into. Get it wrong. There we go.
A cop stopped a truck from the nearby army base. The driver is furious. He yells,
"Hey, get over here!"
"Shit." You approach, and he tries to give you a case of liquor. "No way!" the cop shouts.
Have your little speed limit power trip.
The driver barks.
Major needs his booze now.
What?
Run this half a mile down to the base. I'll give you something nice.
orders the driver.
Ridiculous.
the cop blusters. You imagine someone like yourself walking into an army base with a major's box of personal booze and are inclined to agree.
It's a bad idea, but it'll be a good story.
When you approach the base gates, 3 kids in uniform scream at you. It's not until the major himself arrives that they accept your story.
Get your hands off my grandfather's whiskey.
He snaps, ripping the box from your arm. Nobody remembers to pay you.
Oh, of course not. Guess we could have rode Highway 1 down, but that's okay. Man, it's nice being on a coast again. Kind of feels like it's easy to lose yourself in the
Come
big
on
empty.
over, stranger. Share a cup.
These women are enjoying a tale, passing around a bottle of brown liquor. You take a swig to wash the tang of poultry farming from your nostrils.
So I told him, you better go get those turkeys back.
The heavy-set matron tells her audience.
How?
We got some feathers, some glue, a poncho, and a fan for a tail. And we dressed up Rodney as the finest turkey man you ever saw. So he's out there strutting, trying to save his prize turkeys from going AWOL. Now who come up the road? Horace from across the way.
What a scheme.
You know what Horace said? What?
A farm wife calls.
He said you don't need no radio with all this fine entertainment right next door.
The women howl.
Lost all them birds, except for Lola. Poor thing, she took a liking to Rodney. Followed him day and night. But she had no way of making any eggs or being of much use to us. She made an annoying pet, but she made a fine casserole.
Oh, poor Lola.
Was 3 days ride from Tulsa and route to Santa Fe.
Hey there. The man looks anxious.
Don't suppose you saw something shiny on the ground as you walked this way? Might have caught your eye, glinted like a coin or a piece of glass?
Oh.
The man is devastated.
I lost my girl's grandma's ring. I got her ma's blessing today. She gave me the ring to propose with, and
You fucked
He
up,
turns
my
his
dude.
face away, but his jagged breathing gives away his tears. He gulps down his sorrow.
You alright?
sorry, I can't replace it. If I could afford to buy one, I wouldn't have accepted her mother's offer. I'll find that ring if it kills me.
Well, let's hope.
You walk in slowly increasing circles with his potatoes at the center, but find nothing. After a while, he calls,
Can't have you wasting time. Don't worry, I'll find it.
Leave him to it.
You're half a field away when something winks at you from the dirt. It's a simple gold ring with a bright solitaire diamond. Must be the engagement ring the man was looking for.
Yeah, turn around and give it back.
Doesn't take long to retrace your steps, but the potato seller is gone, as have his sacks of spuds. When you uncurl your hand, there's nothing in it but a small, shiny coin.
Alright.
White rider ain't fixing for to join your faded line. White rider, don't come to claim me for I had my time.
Bleh. Oh, God, not another.
He meets your eye and shrugs.
They're not mine. I'm not a shepherd, I'm a teacher, but they just keep coming.
A flash of panic crosses his face.
What if they never stop appearing? I'll drown in sheep. It started a day ago. I was sitting on a tree stump, musing about my job. I'm stuck where I am, can't get a promotion. Wished I'd chosen a different path. And then, bah! A sheep is munching away next to me.
Bah?
Yes, like that. I looked for a gap in the fence, figured they're from a farm. Nothing. And 3 more appeared while I searched.
He sounds desperate.
Started yesterday. Now I have 43 sheep. I can't escape. They chase me whenever I try.
Yeah, the ring guy might have been a ghost.
People will think I'm a thief. Wouldn't you ask the provenance of sheep? Wonder why a teacher had some?
He looks tired.
Perhaps I've lost my mind. Or this is a dream, and you're not here. I'd like to wake up.
You're awake, my dude.
Gah, damn. I suppose I'm not imagining him either.
His dejected look abruptly lifts.
Tell you what, though. They're a lot less work than children. Quieter, too. If I had to choose which to be trapped with, I'd take sheep every time.
Bah.
Tengo amigo más que el viento y el mar, y cuando esté frío y falta.
Who dis? Bertha.
You been in California long? It's been a few years for me, but they still call me Okie.
Okie dokie.
I came west when our farm stopped growing anything but a crop of dust. But when we got here, there were so many others here before us. Maybe you've got less need behind you. I hope so, for your sake. I've had a hard day. Do you know any hopeful stories to cheer me up?
I really should have double-checked our stories. Fishermen and the Seagulls.
That's a good one. I'll try to remember it when I'm out in the fields. The future? Now this is how I feel about the future these days. You know how sometimes you look out in the horizon, and you see the dust clouds shaping up out there, this curved brown wall?
No, I do not know what that's like, but take your word for it.
You hope it'll blow itself out before it gets to you. But it probably won't. Been so long since I last chuckled, I'm not sure my mouth can do it anymore. Can you tell me a story that'll make me laugh?
Do I have the Pig Family one? Pig Family. I do not. Apparently, no, I do. This is supposedly funny. I don't get how it's funny, but there you go. Pig farmers.
Give me a moment just to catch my breath.
Ha 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 ha, they farm pigs. I don't get what's funny about it, but...
Family's the people you have to share your food with.
Oh, really?
The ones you don't show to the door when supper is coming, no matter how little there is in the pot.
Huh.
Anyway, know any good hopeful stories to share? I could sure use one.
Probably. Man who only ate molasses. This used to be hopeful, now I guess it's funny. Story of millions of colored butterflies. That's hopeful.
Thank you for sharing that one. I feel a little better now. Joy. Oh, when we first heard they were looking for workers in California. That was joy. We thought we'd get here and have our own home right away. And no dirt floor either. Anyway, know any good hopeful stories to share? I could sure use one.
Oh, you were running me ragged on hopeful stories. Let's see the deer which chose death over enslavement. I don't think that's hopeful, but I don't know what it is. So tell me what you think.
Huh. And that's
Sad.
the saddest one you got?
It's a sad story.
Freedom. People could have a good life if there weren't so many people that profit on need. The banks, the mortgages. It's having a debt that kills you.
Shit.
I've had a hard day. Do you know any hopeful stories to cheer me up?
Yeah, I suppose. You've been asking for nothing but hopeful stories. This one is just scary now. This isn't hopeful. This isn't hopeful. Unstoppable Bronco. Now, how about the metalworker in the company house in the southeast? This seems vaguely hopeful. He's organizing people. Hell yeah!
That's a good one. I'll try to remember it when I'm out in the fields. I had trust. The way my mother raised me. Someone comes to your door, you give them a bite to eat and a place to sit down. Made me think the world was full of people who'd do that for you. But when the dust starts blowing off the ground, the hospitality goes away with it. I had to learn no one was gonna do that for me, and I couldn't afford to do it for them either.
Shit.
After we'd been here a while, my husband wanted to go back to Oklahoma. But I knew there was nothing for us there anymore. I said I wasn't going back there to starve to death. So he took the girls and went without me. And now, I'm going my own way. Down the road this way, actually, to the next job, on and on and on. What about you? Where are you going? What are you leaving behind?
Dang. So Bertha's gone up here. We're going down here, but that's close enough we can double back and meet it back up with Bertha. Maybe, maybe not. Swing into LA. It's not long before you've seen every symbol of this cruel, beautiful place. Palm trees, a sea, oil wells nodding in the fields, some sidewalks, weak tar. Sun beats down, and this light, everyone's gorgeous. That ain't true.
In this plaza, jacaranda trees nestle among adobe structures. A man sits in the shade of the largest one, plucking notes on his guitar. Wind rustles their branches and stirs up sounds of shouting, truncheons on flesh. An old woman fanning herself looks up at the noise.
Oof. Well, okay, like I've mentioned before, given a choice, always talk to the old person. They have more stories, more experience, and probably better stories.
When you ask her about the shouts, she sighs. Voices from the riot. Police stormed the plaza, rounded up everyone in it, put them on a train to Mexico. Even people who were born here, like my brother.
Fuck.
Intellectuals, socialists, and artists used to gather here. Now, a branch scrapes at a freshly painted wall. A man shouts at another to run towards Bunker Hill. Memories, she finishes. But those of us left, we don't forget. We're still here. History is a palimpsest. Voices linger. Echoes that resonate when we listen.
Damn.
White rider, white rider, ain't fixin' for to join your faded line.
Oh, yep, nope, I forgot about this.
White rider,
The graveyard's terrain is broken and warped, as though some great worm has rustled the earth beneath it. Graves jut out at odd angles from the rolling ground. From somewhere deep among the graves, a voice rings out. You can't make out the words. They're made of unfamiliar vowels and clipped sounds, a language you don't speak. The voice is clear and sonorous, feminine. It sounds like a chant or a summons. You finally see her at the top of a hillock, next to a fresh grave.
That's so cool.
Her straight figure makes her seem like an antique pillar, standing with her shoes in grave dirt, clad in an austere dress that seems too much like a suit of armor. Her eyes are blocked out by a dark velvet blindfold, and the cross before her is adorned with curious serpentine horns.
This is good.
Blindfolded and deafened by her song, she doesn't notice as you approach, close enough to see the detail of her face. Younger than her dress suggests. When a gust of unnatural wind blows through the cemetery, she doesn't move. But something inside you shakes.
Stay for the story.
Her recitation comes to an end. A rustling surrounds you. Fireflies in the air, winking out and falling to the ground en masse. The grass turns brown beneath your feet. A bird impacts the ground near you like a missile. Something clenches inside you.
Shit.
It's as if your throat has blocked up, as if your lungs have lost the strength to hold air,
What?
as if your heart is forgetting how to pump. She kneels, dirtying her dress to plant one soft, longing kiss on the dirt covering the new grave.
Damn.
Well, day will come.
Oh, okay, just gonna stop in Los Angeles so I don't die. Yes, hello. Like a taco, please? Fuck, Alex want taco. Earn money. You wander through the streets looking for a way to make some cash. Join a crew of laborers waiting at the street corner. Soon a truck pulls up, everyone jumps on the back. Job's good, one woman assures you. You ride a short way before the truck pulls up behind a factory. Everyone hops out, starts putting on heavy coats. What for? Whole factory's vast, cold meat locker. You're shivering and only a few minutes dragging the carcasses around is hard work, but it only keeps you so warm. Soon your hands are totally numb. Keep going. You grit your teeth and keep working. By nightfall, you're almost shaking almost uncontrollably. You're paid a full day's wages, but it's hardly worth it. Well, you say that. No, I do have half health. Dang it. Shoulda quit. Well, another taco plate. Yes, more tacos. Worth it. Let's head on down San Diego. Never been to San Diego. Been to LA, been to San Francisco, been to many, many cities in California, but not San Diego. It's just so far south I never really had reason to.
He's sitting by the side of the road on a rough wooden box, one side of it covered in hefty brass latches. Hey, friend, you want to buy The box buckles underneath him. A dog? There are no air holes on the box, but an acrid chemical smell wafts from it all the same.
What? All the symbols have turned into this. How much?
Listen, I'll give it to you for free. He's sweating a little. Something dark and ichorous oozes through the cracks in the box. Just take it. He's a really good boy. He's just not... The box almost throws him off with a sudden jostle. He's just not house-trained is all.
I'll take it.
You won't regret it, he says, already leaping off the box. You're very slightly relieved to see it has a carry handle on it. In the moment it takes you to get a hold of the box, the man is gone, blowing a cloud of road dust behind him as he hurries away. It seems tailor-made to hold whatever's inside it. You give it a gentle tap, and it responds with a violent shake. Fat droplets of glistening black ichor leak from the seam between the lid and the box.
Dude, open it.
You undo one latch, and the other one flies open. All you see emerging from a pool of ichor is a squamous blur, grasping with amorphous appendages as it vanishes into the undergrowth, ululating with a mouthless wild sound all the way.
Hell yeah. Now, these are both the same symbol. Maybe every story has a different symbol. And it doesn't really matter. Well, whatever. Don't overthink it. Hey, want to hear a good story? I do. Tale of the underground network of communist metalworkers. Yeah, confusing himself now and again. Alright, cool. I like the turn that story's taken.
They move through the streets like a wave of raucous, joyful noise, with their eyes wandering wildly. You get the sense that those particular children, all dressed in uniform winter coats, don't get out much.
These is children? These are not children.
You wave a friendly greeting at the group, and soon they surround you.
You have any candy?
Asks a frog-headed moppet.
Have you traveled far?
Inquires a patchwork cloth girl.
Oh shit, you're a cloth girl. Alright, that's horrifying. Well,
Now, be polite. Leave the traveler alone.
The teacher's voice is gentle but firm. You get the sense that she's more like her pupils than she lets on.
That's no trouble.
You don't have any candy, but you do have stories from the road. You find a rapt audience in this pack of strange beasts. When the teacher finally tugs them along, you know your legend must have grown several sizes.
Yeah, cool. Bum, 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 bum.
You find her at a crossroads in the dark, lit by a tiny brazier turning something fragrant and smoky. All around are the dried stems and petals of a dozen strange plants.
You.
Her voice is powerful, belying her size.
You seem like you could do with powerful magic.
Hell yeah, hook me up.
For you, no charge. We have a friend in common.
Ah.
She taps her nose knowingly.
You've the look about you of someone who desperately wants something. Just tell me. Endless wealth? Undying love?
Give me love.
Deadly nightshade for bottomless devotion. Asafoetida for relentless lust. Hellebore for overwhelming need.
You're wreathed in a cloud of smoke, causing your eyes to water and your nostrils to burn. Though you can barely see, you can tell she has her eyes on yours.
Gonna hook up with this lady?
How curious.
Oh, okay.
The magic
Thank God.
won't cling to you. It slides off your shade like water off a duck.
Did she always know this would happen?
Well, now?
Off with you. Your only love is the road. Your only lust is for trail dust.
Her laugh is too sharp, bird-like, and with a flick of the wrist, she snuffs out her brazier.
Alright, cool. Bum, 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 ba, ba, bum, da, 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 da. Alright, going to LA. Actually paying for a train to go to San Francisco. Is it worth it? Is it worth it, Alex? Man, I don't know. No, it isn't. We're going up this way to talk to that person. Ba-bum, ba-ba. Got two good hands. Silver firewood, yeah. Where's this person? Yeah, they're up in Vegas. Yep, there they are. Can't really tell if the ideal way to play this... No, I was about to say if the ideal way to play this is to just lock down one person's story at a time, or travel around. I think traveling around is the clear, better option. Because you only talk to one person, you're not going to have enough stories. Man reads a newspaper, barely contained horror. What is it? Story about the miller who lured travelers to their doom. Hell yeah, it's true. Moving on. So before... No, wrong button. We talk to you. Let's check out our stories. Alright, good, 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 good. Switch this out with... that. Good. Switch this out with... this. Switch this out with... Bedouina's Tale. Right. Do we have... Yeah. Rocio should be in here. Ray should be in here. We already have Quinn in here. Nope. Exit was not the button I wanted to press. Key I wanted to press. No stories in here from people we actually know. Oh, that's a shame. Do I know anyone in here? No. Okay, how about this? Pig farmers? Bertha. Little Ben. Jimmy. Fedalina. We don't have anything for this, and the fisherman's story still hasn't gotten better. It's crazy. Family is searching for a new life. Yeah, let's do that. Thunderbirds, get out of here. Let's give me the bear. Got Shaw here. We got nothing here, huh? Okay, fair enough. Get rid of that story. Gunshot man outside the saloon in Santa Fe. And Cassidy. Okay, cool. Bum, 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 bum. Camp. Who's this? Bertha. Crying like the wind.
I'm from a long line of people that moved on. My grandparents came from Germany because they had to. My husband's parents came west to Ohio, then Missouri, then Oklahoma. But my husband didn't have the courage for it in the end. He'd rather drink and die than fight and live. Anyway, I'm looking for a good laugh. Do you know any funny stories?
No. But here, I'll tell you about Shaw. I might actually know a couple funny stories. That might have been preemptive.
Give me a moment just to catch my breath. Authority? They say there won't be any policemen in heaven going around and making trouble. But don't you believe it? If there is a heaven, St. Peter is gonna be there in a police uniform, sorting the poor folk that come to the pearly gates and sending them to some broke-down Hooverville outside the walls.
Jesus Christ, that's a dark outlook.
Been so long since I last chuckled, I'm not sure my mouth can do it anymore. Can you tell me a story that'll make me laugh?
I'm not sure, lady. I'm not sure you're capable of laughing. Man who ate only molasses. This might be silly. It was hopeful before, now it might be funny.
That false hope doesn't do it for me these days.
How in the fuck is a story about a man who only eats molasses hopeful? I get how it's funny. It was a hopeful story originally because he made molasses for everybody in the town around him, but okay, whatever. Joy? Well, my husband's mother, Vivia, was cussed. She told me once, felt pretty good vengeance. Feels like a pretty good vengeance, just being alive when the world wants you dead.
I've had a hard day. Do you know any hopeful stories to cheer me up?
Or just wasted a hopeful one on you. I already told you about the dang old birds. Yep, hopeful. Vigilantes who hunt grave robbers across the Midwest. See, this seems hopeful to me now, but I've been fooled before. Fedorina might be the one to go with here. No. Oh, she already knows this one. Dang. Let's talk about Dupree.
Thank you for sharing that one. I feel a little better now. Luck. Well, my son was born dead. No reason to that. We don't get to pick what happens to us.
There was probably a reason for it.
Been so long since I last chuckled, I'm not sure my mouth can do it anymore. Can you tell me a story that'll make me laugh?
Man, you are just so much fun.
Oh, my sides hurt. Change. Well, look at it this way. Even if my children live, going back to Oklahoma, how are they supposed to grow up?
What?
2 little girls with no woman to tell them how to manage.
I think they'll manage just fine.
They'll come out wild like my husband's sister Bunny, running around in lipstick and overalls at the same time.
Fuck you, lady. Ain't nothing wrong with dressing the way you want to dress.
In the fields, we trade campfire versions of exciting books and picture shows. You have any stories like that?
See, now you're speaking my language. How about, Walking Willis? I don't know what Walking Willis is supposed to be, but sounds exciting.
Are you trying to make me laugh?
That's
I
funny!
don't see how that one's supposed to be funny.
The dude was named Walking Willis, and he was like under some, whatever.
Travel. Some people travel because they're curious what's over the next hill, or they're restless and they just like moving. Not me. I move when I can't stay.
What's the difference?
And here's the sun. I've got to get going. I'm following the work, of course, because I have to. Because I can't give up. If you're going up the road this way, you'll
Going
find
back
me
to LA,
there.
huh?
Still doing what my husband couldn't.
God damn, I do not like her. Okay. What are we getting improved? Walking Willis. The man who's walked through every town in the state. Okay. Man, I'm Walking Willis, if that's the only requirement. Can we take a train? Oh man, we never went into Vegas? No, yep. The young city is packed with folks heading out for work at Boulder Dam. Later named Hoover Dam. It's also packed with, well, vice. Been a while since you've seen so many people having such a good time.
The neon-gilded main streets thronged with revelers. He passed beneath a glittering marquee onto a dazzling casino floor. A croupier stands behind a red and black wheel, wearing a spotless suit and an easy smile. He winks as you approach.
Care to place a bet?
Vegas wasn't like this yet.
He grins at you, snag-toothed smile.
Black or red then, stranger? Outside bet. Even odds.
He spreads his hands, the ball pinched between forefinger and thumb.
Red.
Nothing but the tick-clack of wood as the ball jumps from
Dang.
red to black and back again. It comes to rest on black.
Sorry, stranger.
The croupier grins.
Sometimes it breaks that way.
The pair steps up to take your place.
All on black.
Alright. Let's look for work. Tiny woman and a... yeah, let's carry this thing for the old woman. Just like we did before. Fascinating, ma'am. See, if I say, God, this is boring, she probably shuts up and we drop it because we can't hear her to guide us anymore. Train station, let's go to LA. Yeah, fine, let's go to LA. Fuck. Hey. Bertha.
How have you been doing?
Yeah.
Lately I've been thinking.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah. What do you want? Hopeful? Unstoppable Broncos. Is hopeful? Probably not.
You expect me to take that seriously?
Oh, it was
Trust.
exciting.
The only thing I can rely on is me. I'm not gonna stop trying to live before I die. Some people give up, but they're a dud seed. I've had a hard day.
You know what? Let's just sort of cheat. Tell you about Fetalina.
Thank you for sharing that one. I feel a little better now.
Okay,
My
now
mother
it's
knew
open
how to
eye,
make
so
her
I don't need to
wishes
waste.
come true. When she wanted something from someone, she used to buy a root called John the Conqueror. She'd chew a piece, and then all stealthy, she'd spit it on the ground by their feet. I doubt it did a thing. But it made her happy thinking she'd tip the outcome.
Huh.
Anyway, I'm looking for a good laugh. Do you know any funny stories?
Not really. What is John the Conqueror? Okay, no. This is... John the Conqueror root, staple of hoodoo magic. Huh. According to African-American folklore, High John the Conqueror was a son of African king in the Congo, sold into American slavery. Interesting. Folk hero from folklore. John the Conqueror, John the Conqueror. Think I'll go down to Kansas, to old Kansas too. I'm gonna bring back my second cousin, that little Johnny Conqueror. He's a prince sold into slavery. His spirit was never broken. He survived in folklore as sort of a trickster figure because of tricks he played to evade his masters. Huh. Oh, John the Conqueror root. The root known as John the Conqueror root is said to be a root of Ipomia jalpa, known also as Ipomia purga, and Ipomia... What is this word? Ipomia? Google, how say word? What is this word? Ipomia? Flower. Morning glories. Okay, I know what morning glories are. It's a strong laxative if taken internally. Typically used in sexual spells of various sorts, also considered lucky for gambling. It's likely that the root acquired its magical reputation because when dried, it resembles the testicles of a dark-skinned man. Because of this, when it's employed as an amulet, it's important that the root be used whole and unembellished. Embellished, not unembellished. Dried pieces and chips of the root are used in formulating oils and washes that are used in other sorts of spells. Huh. Alright. Funny stories? I don't have any. Let me tell you about Ray.
Oh, my sides hurt. Freedom. I used to think if my husband would study at night and learn how to use a radio, he could have a different job that paid better. We could go anywhere.
Why couldn't you?
But he was always too tired to study.
Why couldn't you?
I've had a hard day.
I get that she doesn't
know
think
any
she could be a
hopeful
radio
stories to cheer
operator
you up?
because of the gender roles at the time, but most telephone operators or telephone switchboard operators at the time were women. So, blaming your own unhappy circumstance on somebody else's failure to take responsibility. Let's tell this story. It's not funny. It's not what she's looking for. I don't care. It's
Did you
open-eyed.
get that tearjerker out of a magazine?
Ah, that's a sad story. Thank you.
Look. Well, my son was...
Yeah,
Been
we've
so long
heard
since-
about your dead son. What about this funny story? How about this woman with buckets of poison? Is this funny? I know it's not funny, I just don't know what it is.
Huh. And that's
Sad?
the saddest one you got?
That's sad? Okay.
Change. Well...
Yeah, how are they
two
supposed to
little
grow
girls
up with no
will come
mama?
out
Well,
and
you could have gone to
what they
Oklahoma
do.
with
We
them
spend
instead of
all
being...
day hungry while we're picking lettuce and apricots. Abundance all around. But we don't dare touch it. And there's no more west to go. I'm headed this way to the next job. You say hello if we cross paths again, alright?
Alright. I don't like you very much, Bertha. Let's hope there's only three chapters, because Bertha's not doing much for me. Seems really weird to make fast travel via trains cost the player money. I get it's probably incentive to keep people walking around, finding more stories, or improving existing stories, but at this point it's gotten a little boring. By that I mean very boring, walking around. Now I'm determined to run into every story the game has to offer, because, well, I'm in this deep, but also making it so that you have to whistle to walk faster. It's an interesting mechanic, and I get that it's supposed to keep your hands busy, which is supposed to make you feel like you're doing more than you are, but this is a walking simulator in very, very many ways. Like, I'm sort of convinced that the choices we make on what to do when we get various stories doesn't matter all that much. Need to earn money, look for work. Shut up, Bill. No, if I side with Bill, I get money. Yeah. Fuck you, Bill. Moving on. Leave the store. There we go. Is that not the Golden Gate Bridge that runs north-south? Because if it is, that bridge shouldn't be complete, or at least the text said it wasn't complete. I don't have enough. I don't have enough stories about other people to fill the gaps of tell me a happy story or tell me a funny story that she's wanting from me. So I'll just avoid it. We'll come back. All right. Moving on.
The wind nearly tears the farmhouse door off its frame. Somebody left this place quick. Didn't take much with them. Dense books, tin kitchenware, broken ceramic, all scattered like a tornado hit.
Dope.
Just out front, an iron pot hangs over a stamped-out campfire. Under the lid, game and potatoes in a congealed broth. Leftovers, but plenty for one, and no older than a day or two.
No, I don't need it. Close it.
Nobody lived long going around eating strange food.
Squat for the night.
You'd climb onto a cotton mattress loaded down with warm quilts, elevated by a wood bed frame. Luxuries. As you drift off, the wind pulls the door open. The sharp, drawn-out creak, creak, creak forces you wide awake. A faint sound. Some wild animal? Just the wind? A voice? The same sound, repeated. A word. Tailipo. Tailipo.
Taiwipo.
The open door frames the partial silhouette of a ragged creature. Inside your head, somebody else's words ring out in your own voice. Taiwipo, Taiwipo. Who has my Taiwipo?
I don't have it.
Some heaviness presses down upon your chest. In front of you, 2 green orbs, followed by a smell foul as the grave. Yes, you have.
I have your T-A-L-E, not your T-A-I-L.
You wake up in a pile of debris. Wood boards, roof tiles, broken furniture. Whole farmhouse must have come down. Long scratches cover your arms and legs, still red and raw.
Taiwipo is a ravenous, cat-like creature of North American folklore. Alternative names include Taiwibones, Tailbones, Taiwipo, 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 Talipo, Taiwipo, and Taiwiposies. Most often, and especially in older adaptations, the Taiwipo legends are simply titled Taiwipo. This folktale was recorded by folklorist Leonard Roberts in 1955 in Hayden, Kentucky. Storyteller was Jane Muncie. Taiwipo usually described being the size of a dog with yellow or red eyes, or green in this case, pointed ears and a long tail. In some versions of the folklore, it has tufted ears like a bobcat, covered in black or brown fur to camouflage its nocturnal activities. Its claws are main weapon. Taiwipo can speak like a man and demands the return of its tail. The actual phrases varies between versions, but it's always repeated, usually 3 times. Taiwipo, Taiwipo, who has my Taiwipo? Huh. Okay. Interesting. I think I've heard that before. Oh hey, another lighthouse. But that has something too. Ba 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 bum. Ba 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 bum. Ba 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 bum. I think we've been up here before. Ah, we may have, in fact. Smoke campfire, so we heal. Yeah, move on. Bum, bum.
A woman in a feather boa leads you through a series of exhibits. Monkey heads sewn onto a fish. Rubber fetuses jarred in formaldehyde. A headless chicken corpse.
Lived without her head for months, but she never heard the car.
She says in a sad tone.
There have actually been cases of headless chickens being kept alive for a long time. One was fed with an eyedropper down its esophagus, and it survived for... Oh, it ended up choking to death on something. It survived for a substantial period of time.
You have fine taste, I can tell. No, not offended. Follow me.
She takes you past curtains into a small tent with no signs or ticket podium. Centered in the room, a veiled bird cage, domed and made of brass. Your host invites you forward. Inside the cage, a vampire bat hangs from a wooden perch. It squeaks at you. Then its other head, a little slower, also squeaks.
Meet my beautiful baby boys, Laurel and Hardy.
With introductions over, Laurel goes back to sleep. Or maybe that was Hardy. Whichever one is still awake watches you with beady eyes. The curator curls her knuckles in anticipation.
Go on then. Don't be shy. Give him a little scratch through the bars.
Free them!
You hear a shout as you unlatch the cage door. Laurel and Hardy take flight, out of the tent and into the sky, too quick to be stopped. The curator stares, brows scrunched in confusion.
You know, they'll just come back. They always return to Mama.
Alright, you say so. I think that's the White House, but there's something here too. Yeah, that White House has something. Alright, go here, go to the lighthouse, wrap up at the lighthouse? Yeah, looking that way. Let's quicken our pace a little bit. Oh, thank God we'll wrap up with California. That means next time I play, we're gonna be doing Oregon, then Washington, and then tracking down all of the sumbitches in this game and hearing their actual
The sounds
stories.
and smells of Runciter's circus assault you as you step through the awning. A paunchy man in a green bowler hat rushes over and grabs you by the arm.
Finally! I'm John Runciter. I expected detectives an hour ago.
I'm not.
Muckaboy found it this morning. Through here.
He steers you off the concourse into a white tent that stinks of piss and wet fur.
Wonderful.
2 banks of dirty cages crowd the space. Runciter points to one at the end.
There.
A scrap of tape above the cage reads, Sitka.
I'm glad that circuses are gone.
The tiger is dead. There are no marks or wounds on its body, but a thick white foam coats its mouth.
You see?
He says.
Somebody's trying to ruin me.
Over his shoulder, you see a figure skulking at the entrance. They disappear from view as you look up.
Search cage.
A quick search of the cage shows no signs of interference. At the back, you spot a plastic container lodged behind the bank of cages. It's unlabeled.
What's
He
this?
grunts.
Fire breathers use it as part of their routine. It's a mix of alcohol and, something. Safe unless you swallow it. You think...
He turns as 2 police officers enter the tent.
Mr. Runciter, we got your call.
His head snaps back to you.
I can explain.
Runciter steps toward you, balling a fist. He nods at the cage.
Yeah, I figured this would happen.
You did this, didn't you?
You're damn right. Wait.
Hey!
Runciter yells as you push past him.
I catch you near my animals again, I'll put you in a cage and let Sitka's mate have a turn with you.
Alright. Well, there are some people who would be encouraged by that. What are we getting here? Money that I can't use. Alright, yeah. Last stop for this hour. Well, hold on. Let's see if there's anything left in California. Nope. Yeah, we'll do this. Then wrap up for tonight. No pressure game. It just better be a good story. Gonna be very anticlimactic, probably. Oh, that's fine and dandy. Not every story can be exciting.
The key attraction at the
All right.
Runciter Circus restaurant is Nolly, the baby elephant who serves drinks. The diners whoop and applaud as she dangles a wine bottle, making a man jump for it. The woman taking orders comes to your table.
What can we get for you?
I'm a wine guy.
The waitress calls out your order, and Nolly trumpets back. She sways slightly as she sets down your bottle. It topples and rolls off the table, forcing you to catch it. Nolly snorts. A laugh? The crowd applauds, though you aren't sure for whom.
Drink?
The elephant can't keep a straight line on her way to the drinks trolley. A man reaches out to stroke her as she passes,
Aw.
and Nolly overbalances, staggering and collapsing onto a table. The crowd cheers and laughs, but you're not sure this is part of the performance. The waitress leans over Nolly, talking to her handler.
She must have gotten the booze again. Weren't you watching her? She can't have done.
The other woman insists.
She was only drinking water.
It was
The
poison.
handler's eyes widen.
Like the tiger? I'll check her bowl.
She's back a moment later.
It stinks of alcohol. Somebody must have spiked it.
The elephant wafts her trunk from the ground, and the crowd cheers.
Looks like Nolly likes a drink herself.
Prankster elephant. Or drunk elephant. Alright. Well, that's it. That's the end for the hour. Next time, we're gonna go through Oregon, go through Washington, meet these fine folks. Then we're gonna have to go finish everyone's story. And then presumably we'll get our soul back. But not today. Today, I'm wrapping up, so thanks for hanging out so far. If you're watching this on Twitch, this is it for tonight. If you're watching it on YouTube, this is it for today. If you're watching it on YouTube, make sure to stop by again tomorrow. There'll probably be more up by then. In the meantime, make sure to comment, share, like, subscribe. Oh, that silliness. Until then, toodaloo. Take care. Bye-bye.